Monday's edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Today is August the 22nd, 2022. And today I have with me the Energy of the Divine Collective who want to talk about Ascension 101. Thank you. But before we get into that, I want everybody to know it's really important you examine and evaluate what is going on with you energetically. There are energies bombarding the planet from the physical sun and the galactic central sun. And these energies afford everyone without exception, the opportunity to elevate their energies to a higher frequency, away from fear towards love. However, the energy is not specifically designed for that. The energy is simply energy. Energy can't be created nor destroyed. It's going to be changed from one state into another. These energies will simply amplify and intensify the dominant undercurrent of emotions that you have in your subconscious mind. The undercurrent of emotions you have in your subconscious mind. If your subconscious mind is predominantly leaning towards fear, anger, guilt, shame, then that is what is going to be amplified. If your subconscious undertones are love, compassion, kindness, patience, love, honesty, those energies will be amplified. And yet, at the same time, that does not mean that you are bound to one or the other. If you learn a simple method of letting go, releasing from your subconscious mind, your unconscious, release your anger, release your fear, release your guilt, release your shame. If you can release all of those, you'll begin to rise up. You'll begin to shift from fear to love. And this is going to have a wonderful side effect on this planet and a wonderful side effect on our collective consciousness. Human as a collective body, a collective species, has the ability and is indeed affecting time, space, and matter. All of our sciences, all of our ideas, all of our manifestations come from our consciousness, our vibration, individually and collectively. It's one of the reasons why when a problem is solved, it's often solved around the world. It's often solved around this whole world. We saw that when the telephone was invented. Marconi and Bell and many others. They came to that place where multiple places come up with innovations and inventions at almost the same time. Why? Because we are collectively united, and our energies, our fear, our love, our joy, they affect what we do. They affect the environment around us. Everything is affected by our energy. And these ascension energies coming into our planet right now can only be used in one of two ways. Positively, negatively, love or fear. There's no middle ground for anybody here. There is no middle ground for our collective species. And using manipulation and control and contrivances to try and force people into a line of thinking that you deem to be best is not the right way to go. You know who I'm speaking to. You have an opportunity to collectively educate and elevate humanity as a collective whole. And the impact that can be produced in a short time frame can be profound and avert unnecessary disaster. Do you think that the changes that happen on this planet are by chance? Nothing is by chance. It is creation. You are all part of creation. You are all part of creation. You are all creating in creation. All of you, without exception. Every one of you is creating in this creation. And your emotions are the substance that drives that creative manifestation as you see it in the material world around you, and even in your own bodies. In your own bodies, emotions play a phenomenal role in shaping the conditions of your body, in the realm of your mind. Your mind, in the realm of your thoughts, the nature and quality of your thoughts organizes and structures the nature and quality of the emotional energy in your body, and your capacity as an awareness to alter and change those is limitless when you are able to differentiate yourself from your thoughts and able to differentiate yourself from your emotions and begin to make an assessment, a reorganization, a restructuring of energy that allows you to alter and change the world in a profound and simple fashion. You call forth for help. You pray to the divine. So many of you pray and pray and pray. But the divine is not outside of you. The divine is within you, and it hears. It is in your heart. It is in your cells. You are it, and it is in you. You are the thing that you are praying to. But as long as you believe there is something beyond you that you must wait for to liberate you from your suffering, then you will be waiting for many lifetimes, as some of you have. Or you will be prospering for many lifetimes, as some of you have. For what you hold in your heart, it shall be done unto you. It is the law. And the nature of your consciousness is that you have this will that is free. And is that not delightful and wonderful to have a will that is free? But there are consequences to a free will called effects, that you may hold yourself to love and you may hold yourself to fear. And to what you hold yourself, that you are held by. And you have choice. You have choice in this regard. Shall you stand in your own awareness and begin a process of assessment? We asked for this to be entitled Ascension 101, which is the beginning. To become aware that you are not your thinking mind. You have a thinking mind that thinks under your direction, and what you give attention to, it shall go to that. And that your emotions, likewise, will fall into alignment with what you give attention to in your thinking mind, those thoughts that you create and focus on repeatedly, or the thoughts and ideas that other people give you to focus on. Watch what other people try to give you. Be mindful of what is given to you to think about. Be mindful of what is given to you to give attention to. For that which you behold, you shall become. So be very mindful of this. So Ascension 101 is understanding the simplicity of this grand opportunity that is before you all right now in this moment now. It is available to you to take your awareness away from subjectivity to your thoughts and your memories, to consider giving birth to new ideas and new information in your minds, and rebirthing your mind, giving yourself a new mind with new ideas, new thoughts, which create new energy or emotion. You do not have to stand by the thoughts that you stand by as if they are the only truth of existence. And be open to higher thoughts. Be open to greater wisdom, for there are many around you in this world and many coming to this world to offer you this. Not simply on the physical plane of perception, which many of you find yourself limited to, but on many planes of consciousness. The non-physical realms are as real as the ones you see with your 5 physical senses. They are equally as real. And when you come to this understanding, a freedom begins to open up. You can open up to higher thought, higher information. Where do you think all of these wondrous new innovations that are manifesting in your civilizations are coming from? Where do you think they're coming from? They're inspired. They are called forth. How may I do this? How may I create this? How may I make this happen? How may I do this? Is the question you ask. And in the asking of that question, the answer comes forth. In the asking of your question, the answer comes forth. And if you can hear past the static of your own mind, you will find the truth outside of what you already know. But when you ask, you will receive. For if you are seeking a solution to a problem, it will come to you if you are aware and focused and present in the requesting of that which you desire. There is nothing in this world that can inhibit or hold back the truth that can come to you for your asking. All the guidance and information and understanding you seek is available to each and every one of you. And in your willingness to receive this information, that is to get past the noise of your own mind long enough to hear what is offered to you. It may be as a whisper, it may be as a voice, it may be as a book, but for what you shall ask, you shall never be denied. Please understand this. Nothing can disturb a consciousness that is clear about its intention and purpose. Nothing can interfere with it, nor hinder it from its function. In your distraction from the things of this world, it has become very difficult for you to reflect upon your own nature, to consider the possibilities that are available to you exclusively, and to understand that you can enable those possibilities at all times. And you may be annoyed by your own mind getting in the way of what it is you're asking for, but we can promise you this. If you can stay conscious and present, regardless of the distractions of the world, regardless of the distractions of your own thoughts, regardless of the distraction of your own emotions, you shall find the freedom that is your natural birthright in the being that you already are. It is not your mind that will set you free. It is you that will set your mind free. Please understand this. It is not you that will be set free from your mind. It is your mind that you must set free. And in doing so, you liberate yourself emotionally and energetically to be the creator that you intended to be upon coming into this physical dimension like you have. And so you might find yourself being annoyed by the things that are occurring in the world around you, but we can assure you with great conviction that nothing in this world can detract you from understanding and knowing who you are, unless you so choose to continue to give attention to distraction, to watch those things on your televisions, to read those things in the newspapers that simply fill your mind with so much muck you cannot pull your feet out of it, and you find your soul bound to your suffering and your misery that is not even yours, but was offered to you, and you simply accepted it without question. So why would you sit before any individual or any system of information and simply receive information without questioning it, without considering it, without weighing it, without measuring it? What would you do? So you seek freedom, but you do not wish to do the work that will take you into that freedom. And all of you, without exception, seek freedom. We see it. We hear it. All of you are seeking freedom. All of you. There is not one amongst you that is not seeking freedom, or greater freedom still. But those of you that suffer the most seek to gain the most. But in order to gain the most, you must understand how to liberate yourself from your suffering, from the distraction of this world that keep you from examining and evaluating what is in your mind that is of no use to you. What in your mind gives you no service? What is that? What is that in your mind that does not serve you? Ascension 101 is about understanding this process, that you are a sentient being, an awareness that functions independent of thought, that functions independent of emotion, that functions independent of body, but utilizes all three in the process of learning. You use your mind, your body, and your emotions as mechanisms in the process of creation. As you come to a deeper understanding of your role over your mind and body, and not simply listen to the words that you hear on the screens of televisions and in the printed matter of the newspapers. You simply do not just accept anything into your mind without due concern and analysis. But you all came here to be free. And the energies that have come to you today, the energies that have come to you today and the days to come are ascension energies. They can only be used in one of two ways. You can use these energies for love, or you can use those energies for fear. All of your thoughts are either thoughts for love or thoughts for fear. And there are many who benefit from your fear, and many more who will benefit from your love. Far more will benefit from your love than will ever benefit from your fear. Please understand this. Far more will benefit from your love than will ever benefit from your fear. There is no benefit from fear except enslavement. There is no benefit from fear except enslavement. Now, please understand, if you cannot get past the distractions of the world, it will be equally difficult to get past the distractions of your own mind. And this is imperative you understand this simple point. If you can get past the distractions of the world, you can get past the distractions of your own mind. Your mind, most of your mind is not even yours anyway. The world placed it in your head before you had a chance to evaluate it when you were very small. And there was nobody around, not even in your educational systems, to teach you to evaluate your own information, simply to accept what you're being told. And that will not serve you. But you are always the authority. You are always the authority. Even if you feel the least powerful, you are still the great authority in that body, with that mind and with those emotions. But first you must acquire the understanding that the energies now are available to all and have always been available to all. That you may receive these lights, you may receive these energies and utilize them in your highest fashion. For love or fear, there is no middle ground in this. There is no middle ground. There is no more middle ground. Love or fear, those are your two choices. Examine your thoughts, examine your speech. Are these of love or are these of fear? When you can surrender your fear, you'll have nothing but love. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that super chat, Drusilla. Drusilla is saying, I'm in need of a message from Spirit. Is there a reason I'm staying home? Don't want to go anywhere. Thank you, Drusilla. They're laughing and they're saying, that is the whole thing, though. You are becoming subjective to energies that you must be creative over. Walk out your door with great joy on your face. Go out and greet the world that you are a part of creating. Look at the world around you. All of you are creating this incredible world around you right now. Go forth. Get up. Go out with joy. Take your joy to the world and watch your joy manifest in it. Look at the birds. Look at the clouds. Look at the waters. Look at the peoples. These are manifestations of creation, not simply something that has just happened. They are manifestations all around you that you have participated in creating. Go out and celebrate the joy of your being in this world and look at what you have participated in contributing. Yes, both the good and the evil. But learn from that you may choose the good over evil. Watch your mind, for your mind right now will be amplified, as we have said earlier. The lower vibrational energies in your mind, the fear, the anger, as well as the love, the compassion, the kindness that are in the undercurrents of your mind, both can be amplified with these energies. You may choose, as a matter of will, I will choose to stay in alignment with love and joy and compassion and patience and understanding. I will choose to stay in alignment with these things. And watch as the energies you are receiving will change in response to your request. Thank you, Drusilla. Good morning, everybody. It's really wonderful to have you all here today. We've got so much coming up in the next few weeks, and I hope you're going to be here joining us on the show. this is more than Ascension 101 that's coming. Once people get past the realization that they do not have to think the thoughts they've been told to think, they can change and alter thoughts. Asking simple questions like, is this thought a thought of love? Is this thought a thought of fear? Those two things. Sorting the wheat from the chaff. Master Jesus calls it that all the time. He says you got to learn to sort the wheat from the chaff, the good from the bad. And that happens inside you, not some divine being coming down on a throne who's going to sort it out for you. No, you are a divine being, and you can sort it out for yourself right now. You can start the process right now. Is this thought a thought of love? Is this thought a thought of fear? Is this action a thought of love? Is this action a thought of fear? Which is which? Become the judge in your own conduct. Become the divine over your own mind. Become the ruler over your own kingdom. Fascinating. Thank you. Thank you, Drusilla. That's a beautiful question. Wonderful. So I'm just trying to find that. There's a lot more questions here. I remember seeing another super chat pop up somewhere. I'm not seeing where it is. Hi, Jacqueline. Good to see you. Patrons, I have time today. I'll be getting to your questions today. So thank you so much for submitting your questions for this month. There will be a new patrons event that's going to be happening this week. I'm not sure the date, but I'll be told that this afternoon. And then we will also be having our regular September 7th at 7 patrons monthly live events. So keep that in mind. We got 2 events coming up in quick succession, and we're going to find more and more of that happening, not just from this channel, but from many others around the planet. The information, the light that's coming in is being utilized on all levels. And remember, this energy can only be used for 2 ways, good or evil, right or wrong. There's no middle ground here, folks. So learn to purge your old emotions. Let those old emotions go. Transmute them, release them from your body. You know, we're in our Mediumship 102 program right now where people are learning to liberate old emotions from their body this week. How to actually take old emotions from your body and let them go. Literally let them out of the body. Because a lot of the problems in mental health today, people don't know how to let go of emotion. It's that simple. People have been unable to let go of old emotion, and there's nothing in schools teaching people how to let go of your anger, how to let go of your fear. No, there's systems in place that tell you be this way, be that way, but none of them say let it go. Here's how you do it. You know, you can use your breath and release fear. You can release guilt. You can release shame. You can do that. Anybody can. Wow. Hi, Allison, Elena, SJK. I'm just going to start this again. Live chat. There we go. Hi, SJK. Question from SJK. Super chat. I know I have a problem with my subconscious beliefs. Had a rough start in life and haven't been able to deeply change these negative tendencies. We take it that your consideration is not so much that you're stating that you have had this condition, but that you wish to ameliorate it, that you are seeking a way in which to liberate these old emotions from your physical body. Understand there is a distinction between memory and a distinction between emotion. That emotion is the experiential moment at the time a memory occurs that gets stored in the body's reaction to experience. The body stores the memory of experience as an emotion so that it can prepare itself if that eventuality occurs again. But let us say that you have been told children should be seen and not heard, and you have suppressed your desire to express what you want to express when you want to express it. Then that fear and anger at having been told to be that way is still in your body. And you may find yourself being very meek and very afraid to say anything to anybody. If that is the case, you simply need to release the emotion, the fear, the anger from the body. And the act of your breath, you can enact your breath, the divine breath. And in choosing to utilize your breath, you can take an emotion out of the body and release it. You can literally draw the emotion from an old memory with your breath out of the body and release it. It is very simple when you are aware of the process. But often many of you are told that don't show those feelings. They're wrong, they're bad. You're told that it's not appropriate to say what you think or believe. And so you you suppress those emotions in the body and they wreak havoc in your body. But you can release them very easily. The fact that you are aware that you have these emotional undercurrents loans itself to the understanding that you may also alter those undercurrents. So when you become aware of that suffering, that discomfort emotionally within your body, go to it, bring yourself to it, bring your love to it, bring your light to it. Do not bring your attack to it. Do not bring your frustration to it. Bring your love and your light to it, for that part is angry, that part is afraid, and it needs love, not further judgment. Further judgment simply exacerbates the condition. But that is the simplest that we can offer you. It is the simplest we would offer anyone, for it is the same. It is the same. The process is the same for all of you. All of you. It may change in degree and intensity. The amount of focus and attention required for one to release their anger may be different for another to release theirs, but the process is universal. That is why it is so wonderful and simple. That is why life is simple, because it is simple. Wow. Thank you for that, SJK. Oh, wow. Hi, Carolyn. Good to see you. Hello, Sachet. Good morning. Question from Sachet. Can I have a message on what I need to do to detox? Wow. It's funny. The first words that they gave me was the words vinegar. And when I hear that word, personally, whenever they give me that word, it usually means like apple cider vinegar. Take a couple tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in the morning and in the later afternoon, like 2 teaspoons and 8 ounces of water, and drink that down. They're saying that it will have the desired effects you're seeking, but they will be specific to you in the instant that you're applying it. That this application will be specific to you in the means that you are applying it. For others can take this substance and have a very different effect under different considerations of biology and emotion. Wow, thank you. Great question. Thank you, Sachet. Thank you, Drusilla. I did get that super chat from SJK. That's wonderful. Question from Elena. What to do when my son says I can't, when I tell him he can change his emotion or thought? This is a beautiful question. For children, when they are saying they cannot do something, are simply saying they do not know how to do something. In which case, then they just simply need to be shown. They need to be shown and explained. In the case with this dear one, we get very clearly, first, when he detects or you detect an emotion in your child that is to them discomforting, have them stop, have them breathe. And as they breathe, ask them to notice how the feeling changes, and then have them breathe again. And then have them breathe again. Because the act of teaching your child that they can direct the breath of the body is a divine gift, to give them that awareness at a very young age, that they can control their body with their breath. And you will see great delight in their eyes when they realize, I can change the feeling. This is very important to understand from a child's perspective, that they can affect change in their own bodies, that they do not have to exclusively depend upon the environment, even as little children, to be shown that they do not have to exclusively depend upon the environment. Just the act of teaching them to breathe gives them the first step of authority over their own body. And then when it comes to thoughts in their mind, like, I can't do this, to ask them what happens if they change the thought to, I can do this, how do they feel with a different thought? Have them change the thought and ask them how they feel if you change the thought from I can't to I can, which one feels better, for each thought offers its own unique energy. Each thought offers its own unique energy. I can't is an energy. I can is an energy. And children are very intimately tuned to energy, more so than adults that have been conditioned already by the environment. So take time then, if it is on the level of stress of the body, have them breathe. If it's on the level of the mind where they have a thought that inhibits them from being better than they allow themselves to be, and simply have them experiment with changing the thought and feeling the thought. Have them experiment with, I can't, I can, I will. Have them experiment. And in their own experimentation will they learn the greatest, rather than being simply told that you can or you will, to demonstrate to them that they can feel they can and they will. That is the greatest gift a parent can offer their children, is the understanding that the child within and of themselves may alter, transform, and transmute the conditions of their own consciousness. Wonderful question, Olena. Thank you so much. Some of the subjects we're going to be covering in the coming days and weeks are subjects like indoctrination, liberating emotions from your body. Your future is your feeling. The sentience of all life. You are not your depression, and many, many, many more subjects are going to be covered in the coming days and weeks on this program. And these subjects are being brought forth by these ascended ones who recognize that we have called them forth, and that there are many of us who are now allowing them to communicate through us from higher vibrational planes. For those of you that are staunch believers in religion, I give you much respect. But I also want to say to you that there are high vibrational beings. There are divine beings like Master Jesus, Buddha, Lao Tzu, Zarathustra, Confucius, Joan of Arc, many others, male and female. And there are also the opposite. There are vibrational entities of a lower vibrational nature that are based in control and power and anger and fear and guilt and shame. They exist also. But if you learn to elevate your body and elevate your mind, you will align to the higher elevated beings. And it's important that we avail of ourselves of the highest and best from all, not just from other humans. You look for the professor of something to teach you more than you know about something. Why? Because you look for the highest and best. We'll do so also with these beings and angels, archangels, and guides, multidimensional beings, the collectives that are coming to everybody to offer us the guidance that we've been praying for as a species and as individuals. So please come and join us in the coming weeks on our channel. Now, if you're interested a little bit more about our master classes and our programs in mediumship, please go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. We have an upcoming program called Mediumship 103, which is our advanced masterclass. And this advanced masterclass is all about learning things like clairvoyance and clairaudience, clairsentience, telepathy, astral projection, and much, much, much more. So you can go to my website and register for that course. We will be beginning in about 3 weeks from now, so you got a good 3 weeks to register for the course. If you got any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments section below the video. I'm so looking forward to answering those questions. And my patrons, thank you so much for your support. It means more than you can realize, and perhaps everything you do realize. And again, I want to say much love to my subscribers. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Click the notification bell so you know when we come live. And for Pete's sake, share this information with other people. Humanity needs this information. People are flailing around in the mental health system, wondering, why will I feel this way? How can I change this? And the information that these beings are offering us gives us a simple way out of our suffering. You know, suffering is not our natural state. Suffering is not our natural state. It is not. Anyway, I want to wish you all much love. I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out today and enjoying this session. And thank you for your questions. And I want to thank the Divine Collective today for demonstrating exactly what they were saying. You know, I was observing as that the construction was going on around. Isn't that fascinating? That these beings have learned to not be disturbed by anything, to continue communicating the message. And yes, I'm being told to tell you, they hope that you understood the reason for that manifestation so that you could learn to move past the obstructions and distractions of your world and your mind at any time. We wish you much love. We'll look forward to seeing you on Wednesday's edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Bye for now, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joy-filled day.